I'm still looking forward to playing the first game, man. My first real test I feel like will be this August when I play 5-on-5 for the first time, full
Okay.
court. I'll have a better update then. But so far, so good. Everything has been going well and getting stronger as well in the weight rooms. I have no complaints right now.
Now you've been playing ones and you've been working out. Like, how are you feeling with everything going that way with Chris Johnson?
Like I said, I'm getting more comfortable each week. I can feel my movements getting back to normal. The more time that I'm on the court, it's just about finding that balance. How much stress I can put on it, during the day. Trying to juggle with it right now. But like I said, I have a better understanding of that when I start playing 5-on-5.
And we got breaking news involving Lonzo Ball, ZO2, the Chino Hills Prodigy. We got some serious stuff to discuss, man. He has been cleared for 5-on-5 basketball. This is a major update. I know that everybody has been on pins and needles trying to just gather up any little incremental details involving Lonzo Ball's return. And ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to wait any longer. Make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to Flight Sports because we have been patiently waiting for the return of Lonzo Ball, and we are moments away. Footage has just been out and out and out. If you have been documenting and if you are subscribed, you would know that Lonzo Ball has been working with Chris Johnson, numerous other players. I'm going to talk about some other news headed into this August because he said, you heard what he said, and we ain't nothing but a few that August right down the block. You understand? So this is big time, and he said clear as day. I heard it. He will be ready to go, for the game one of the regular season. And I know that's what everybody wants. It was a lot of speculation. You heard things from Stephen A. Smith and everybody. I think everybody is on the verge of just completely paying homage and eating their words because this has been a complete travesty for people to think that Lonzo Ball wasn't on his way back of returning. He lost a year, and that's what he spoke about, on this podcast. I really love the podcast because I'm not sure what they're gonna do as the regular season progresses. Obviously, Lonzo is gonna be locked in. And we're gonna get into where he will be in the regular season. But this podcast has been good because you are hearing things from the horse's mouth. You don't have to hear it from a Bulls source, an NBA source, or he's coming out and telling you, the progress of the recovery. And it's not just him telling us; we actually see it. Footage is out. It's not like he just hid and ducked off somewhere. Mind you, he's working with NBA players. You understand? Some top guys in the game, who have playoff experience, who was just in the postseason. So Lonzo is getting that rub, and there's no way to replicate, 5-on-5 basketball other than to play 5-on-5 basketball. You can have your one-on-one workouts. You can, take set shots. You can do drills, but 5-on-5 is one step closer to getting on the court, and that's another thing that you can't replicate. That's that now we go into step. We got to go step by step when you're dealing with the knee situation that Lonzo has had to endure. Remember, this is a very unique situation with the cartilage transplant. This is not a sprained ankle here, ladies and gentlemen. So this is the progress that has to take shape. Now, let's get to it, man. Like I said, he reported this on the Way Show, so you don't have to hear this from Adrian Wojnarowski. You don't have to hear none of this. So the last time we seen him play, obviously was back in 2022. And people make it seem like, he hasn't played in 10 years, but it has been unfortunate. I'm not going to sit up here and try to smooth it over in any way. Basketball is so much better, when you have Lonzo there. Now, as we get to the Chicago Bulls, the Bulls has made numerous different things, different changes. It's been real crazy, with the changes that have taken shape in Chicago when you discussing, the Josh Giddey dynamic. That was a big time crazy situation with Josh Giddey. Nobody understands what they're gonna do with him because now you have a starting caliber point guard there that is saying that they don't he doesn't want to start. I mean, he doesn't want to come off the bench. I think that could be real troubling and problematic, in my humble opinion. I think that Lonzo possibly should leave, but if he's there with Zach LaVine, I don't really understand how he won't be able to actually, start on the court. I think it'd be an impossibility factor if he was to, you know, come off the bench. I truly believe that'd just be devastating, and it wouldn't even happen because a healthy Lonzo and a healthy Zach, you have to start them, and I think that's going to be cause a serious issue. That I think they're going to move him prior to training camp. You got these young guys in there. I think also. Zach LaVine could be on his way out the door. I don't understand. They just shopped him around 67 times. I don't know how in the world that I don't know how possibly they couldn't, be successful in that aspect. You know, um, they have to move on from these guys. There's no way you could keep them on the roster, in my opinion. I think the damage from the organization has clearly been done. They can't move forward. It's wild. They moved DeMar DeRozan. I think Vucevic is on his way out the door next. And it's time to just go with Montage and these dudes. In my humble opinion, is just that's just what it seems like the course. I think if they were gonna move, in a playoff mode, I think they would have done that already. You don't let DeMar DeRozan go for nothing, and you trying to make noise in the postseason. That's just in my humble opinion. It just doesn't work out like that. Um, but they clearly have taken a setback, on the court, on the personnel, because when Lonzo was there with DeMar was in the MVP race. Now it's a little different. So I need everybody to get in the comment sections and let's discuss this, because I think that this conversation has to be had. What's up with Lonzo and the Bulls? What's their status on his recovery? Do they still believe in him? Are they actively shopping him? Because the reports came out prior to the draft that they was looking to dump the salaries of Lonzo and Zach LaVine. What's the status of that? They still haven't really broke any news on that aspect, but we are going to be patiently waiting to hear the news break. And that's why it's paramount for you to subscribe to Flight Sports, because we're going to be bringing you the news, updates, and more on everything involving the Ball family, Lonzo, Melo, Leangelo. And I'm pretty sure Leangelo, if he's not signed, with a G League team, or if he doesn't go overseas, I think that he, along with Demo and the rest of these guys, could have the way show cooking, all throughout. You just may not see Lonzo Ball, because like I said, I think it's not going to be a good look. You can't podcast and be in the regular season. I think that you got to take a step back in some form of fashion. And you see a lot of these guys, they have other people there to help run it when they're not there, So I'll leave it at that. Make sure you hit the like button, and most definitely hit the subscribe button. You already know what it is. It's breaking news. It's Flight Sports TV.